What's up guys, JJ here, and welcome to another video. And today I'm going to be reviewing my very favorite camera, which is this camera right here. This camera was one of the very first cameras that I got. What I really like about this camera is that I can use it with any Nikon lens. I use it for a 15mm manual lens, zoom lenses, and any other Nikon one. Another good thing about this camera is that it's really customizable. You can either shoot in full auto and not worry about a single thing, and you can also change it to aperture priority, manual, and shutter speed priority. I can change the settings to basically how I want to shoot photos outside. That's what I really like about it, because I can go from being really manual with everything, taking care of all my settings, or I can switch over to doing quick street photography where I usually do only aperture priority. Another great thing about this camera is that, as I said, it can work well with manual lenses. So that means that I can put any film camera lenses that are older and put them on this camera right here, and then adjust the aperture, and it still adjusts on the camera for aperture priority. And also the focus, you can just clearly see through the viewfinder whether your photos are in focus, and I never had a problem with that. I would recommend you to get rechargeable batteries, as the batteries run out every month or so, and it would just be easier and probably cheaper in the long run to get rechargeable ones. And they use a AAA battery for this camera. I actually used to have the Nikon F601 before I got the Nikon F801. And one thing about the F601 that I preferred was that the F601 had a flash. If you don't take that many night photos, that's not really that big of a deal. But as I have become more comfortable with taking night photography, I would have preferred to have the flash on. But that's another thing that you can just get separately and put onto your Nikon when you need it. One thing about this camera that's a con is that it's a little heavy. There's a lot of weight to it, so when I'm just walking around carrying it with one hand like this, it can become a little bit tedious and my wrist hurts a little bit after a long time of carrying it. But that can be solved with also getting a strap, and a lot of other mechanical or auto body SLRs for film cameras are usually pretty heavy anyways. The loading and unloading for this film camera is actually really nice, where I only have to pull the film, put it in, close the latch, and then press the button and it automatically winds for me. Whereas when I was using a manual, I would have to wind it manually and then possibly make a mistake when taking photos or when taking my first photo. And another thing is that it detects the ISO automatically, so whatever film you use, you just pop it in, it detects the ISO, so you don't have to worry about overexposure or underexposing with the ISO. When you're done, all you do is just press two buttons on the top, and then it rewinds everything back, and you are good to go. So if you're looking to get this camera, it's about $40 to $70 around. I got it for about 60 bucks at a film shop, and you can find them online at eBay, Mercari, or maybe even the thrift stores around you. And I highly suggest this camera for beginners, intermediates, anyone really, because if you're a beginner, it's great because you can do it all auto at first and then really get used to the film camera experience and then slowly go into manual. And if you're an intermediate user, you probably already have some sort of Nikon lens, or there might be some Nikon lenses lying around that you can just pop on this thing and take photos immediately. So yeah, if you're looking for a versatile camera that's cheap and you really want to get into film photography, I would suggest this camera right here, Nikon F801. As always, thank you so much for the support. I post on Instagram and TikTok every single day, so you can check those links in the description below, and please like and subscribe for more.